Hey, what is up, everybody? So on Thursday evening, Dave and I went down to the Community Darkroom of Akron, which is in downtown Akron. Joe, who runs the place, wanted to have a couple people sit while he was going to try and dial in his process for doing RA4 paper direct positive photos. It's a really, really interesting process. I was already a little bit aware of it because of some of the YouTube channels I watch. And this video is not going to be a tutorial because I am not an expert on it. I didn't take notes or make an actual interview, but I will link the two videos that are really good that really lean into how the process works a little more. But basically, in a nutshell, what it is you load the RA4, this is color print paper. So it'd be what you'd be using to take a color negative and make a color print. But you load it directly into a film holder in a large format camera. This case, he was shooting 8x10. So when you shoot it, since this is print paper and color negatives have like a yellowish base, this paper is made to account for that when you make your enlargements. So the first thing you have to do is come up with a filter system to try and correct the color. It's one of the things when you watch the different videos, people are always kind of working on and workshopping, and where you put the filters. In this case, Joe was putting them in front of the lens. Some people are building them into where the paper is. Some people gel the lights. So there's a number of different ways to do it. I think there's some things you could modify with temperature of developers and all that. But again, like I said, I am not an expert on this stuff. But so anyways, he takes the photos and it takes an extremely high amount of light. I believe he said with the filters, he was knocking the paper down to an ISO rating of either 3 or 1. It was something like that. Either way, you could tell you would need a ton of light to get an exposure. He was using an Einstein that was 640 watt-seconds as the key light and the silver umbrella on full power. So you would either be doing long exposures, outdoor sunlight exposures, or lots of artificial light. Then this is where it gets really interesting. So you go into the dark room, and what you first do is develop the print with black and white negative developer. So a regular mix of that. And what you get is on the paper a black and white negative. You then move it to the stop bath. And once it's in the stop, you're actually able to turn on the lights. You're not only able to, you need to. So it now needs to be exposed. And the way I'm understanding it is this black and white negative that's been developed is actually acting as a mask, So that confuses me, and I'm trying to understand it more. I think I need to read a little bit more about it, but that's what you see. You can see it here. Then you rinse it off really good, and you take it over to the color development process. And this is just what makes this process so neat, is that as he's developing it, all of a sudden, all these colors start coming out. It reminded me of, just first being in a darkroom in high school and why I fell in love with photography and the absolute magic of it. If you've ever watched a Polaroid develop, just that magic of seeing the image appear. This is like the highest level of that I've seen, I think. It's just really, really cool, from black and white negative to color photo. And then, the regular color process with the Blix and then a good washing and all that kind of thing. So the first photo he took, his friend was also there sitting for some portraits. He accidentally exposed the slide twice, so we got a double exposure. I think he took the blame, but I'm sure that I was overwhelming him with questions and all kinds of stuff, and I brought beer for everyone. So I actually say it's probably my fault he double exposed that. But people, when they shoot large format, there's a whole system for making sure you don't accidentally pull a dark slide or mess that stuff up. But so you need to concentrate a little more than shooting your typical 35 millimeter camera. But yeah, so really cool. Joe's hoping to use this process, sell this process, not the process, but take photos of people and sell the prints. And they look really, really cool. I'll try and show a high resolution photo from my camera of the print that will then be on YouTube. So, you'll get an idea though of what it looks like. So yeah, then also the Community Darkroom of Akron is just a really cool spot. So it's basically a membership-based thing. So you could sign up and then you go in for a number of hours a week and you get to use the equipment. And man, if I had more time, I would definitely be a member if I had more time to go and make prints. Because even though I have all my own processing stuff, I have an enlarger, it's just to set that all up for one person to do it once in a while was not worth it. So definitely check them out. I'll link their website below as well. And hoping to do some more of this kind of thing in the future. And I will see you in the next one.